Okay, in this video, we'll see Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse attempt to lecture Republicans on rules and tradition, only to have his entire argument collapse when Senator Marsha Blackburn brings the receipts. Let's check this out, and then I'll tell you what I think at the end.
Okay, we'll now turn to... Things going wrong with the mic. Is that... Oh, there, back on again. My light is just on. I think you can hear me. I just wanted to be recognized on the 7th Circuit nominee, and I wanted to confirm with the chairman that we have an understanding that comments relating to the judges will be heard before we vote on them, but that other comments, we have offered you the courtesy of postponing until after the votes, and that the committee will remain open so that we can make our comments at that time. Is that correct?
Speak on the judge you want to speak on.
And the other part is correct as well?
And you want to speak.
Yep. Very quickly today, we're going to vote on
Oh, here, I called on Whitehouse.
Oh, I'm
and then
sorry.
I'll
Go
get
ahead.
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just on the 7th Circuit nominee, we are in a downward spiral in this committee, it seems to me, in which the Republican majority, when you have the majority, takes liberties with the traditional norms and procedures of the committee. And then when the shoe is on the other foot and we follow the new rule established by the Republicans, there is outrage that we have done this. And I say this in the context of this committee unilaterally yielding to the executive branch our circuit court blue slip. The 7th Circuit judge is coming without a blue slip from one of the Wisconsin senators. We have seats on circuit courts that are associated with our states, and customarily, for years, for decades, senators had the ability to make recommendations to the president on those circuit court nominees. The Republican majority decided to end that, and when we followed on, we heard bitter objections from Republican senators when we took the same step. So now we're back again, and we have a 7th Circuit nominee associated with the state of Wisconsin, with the Wisconsin senator being completely rolled in that matter. This is one of many instances of the degradation of this committee, but I think that just as a general proposition, when senators are handing back to the executive branch a power as significant as a blue slip on a circuit court nominee, and with respect to the recent Delaware nominee, there's no longer even necessarily a real connection to the state, let alone an approval by the state senator. It, to me, makes no sense that we as a body would throw that power away. And I make this point now on this person because sooner or later, the winds will shift and the gavel will shift. And I want to make it loud and clear that if you really want to go back to a time when senators' input is respected on circuit court nominees at the White House, this makes that nearly impossible.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
I'm going to call on the ranking.
I would like to respond to that and
You'll get
correct
your
the
chance
record
Can we vote
of
first?
what Mr. Whitehouse has said, because this is something under President Biden that happened to Senator Hagerty and me not once but twice. And you're correct that there is not consultation, and I know you don't like that now. And I see that Senator Durbin's staff is trying to inform him, but I will remind them we corrected the record when this occurred and told you all you needed to stop pushing forward these judges without working with us. So shoes on the other foot.
I plead with my Republican colleagues, if we want to get these nominations out, I said I would stay afterwards to hear anything you wanted to say. Senator Durbin.
I will be brief. I want to associate myself with remarks of Senator Whitehouse on the blue slip. When I chaired the committee, I did my best to honor the blue slip. and I was criticized on the left. Now that the worms have turned, or whatever you want to say, I'm being criticized on the right. We need more blue slip, they say. I just have to say it should apply in both circumstances.
Now the remarks by Senator Graham.
Very quickly, today we're going to vote on Brian Sterling to be the U.S. Attorney for the District of South Carolina. I know Brian for a long time. He graduated from the University of South Carolina School of Law. He was Nikki Haley's chief of staff. He was Assistant Attorney General in our state and spent 12 years in charge of the Department of Corrections, and he's in an interim status. I think he's just a really great choice, and urge our members to vote for him if you can.
Okay, we got 20.
The thing that just always gets me is the sheer unmitigated gall. It's this performance of principled outrage that they put on, the whole speech about a downward spiral is just, it's pure political gaslighting. He stands there acting like Republicans woke up one day and decided to just tear up the rule book for fun. The reality, of course, is that they're complaining about having to play a game by the new rules their own team invented. It's absolutely incredible to witness. His supposed defense of Senate tradition is completely hollow. Underneath all that performative outrage, he's just whining because his side lost the power to break the rules whenever they felt like it. And this is what they do, isn't it? They light the house on fire, and then they stand outside and give a very solemn, very concerned speech to the cameras about the tragic decline in fire safety standards. It's an act, and it's an insult to anyone who's been paying attention for more than 5 minutes. Then you get to the next bit of this, this whole victimhood play. It's a deliberate attempt to confuse everyone, to muddy the waters so much that people forget who actually started all this. He knows his party was the one who decided these norms were inconvenient for them anymore when they wanted to ram through some activist judge. So his only play is to stand there and pretend Republicans are the aggressors. It's honestly a cynical strategy, but it's all they have when the facts are on their side. They have to claim they're the victims, because admitting they're the perpetrators would mean admitting their entire agenda is based on a lie. And it just proves their real motive, doesn't it? The lectures about tradition and precedent are just empty words. The real goal has always been about one thing: raw, unprincipled power. Whatever it takes to get what they want. The rules only matter when the rules benefit them. The second they don't, the rules are an obstacle to progress, or whatever word they're using this week. You see it time and time again. And that last part of his little speech, that's the most honest thing he said in the whole clip. It's the mask off moment. You hear that warning about how the winds will shift, and you realize exactly what you're hearing. It's a raw threat. It's a promise of pure retribution. He's openly admitting that the modern left doesn't see politics as a way to govern. They see it as a vehicle for punishing their enemies. His whole sanctimonious lecture on norms was just the setup for the real message: just you wait until we're in charge again. It's actually a confession. When you think about it, he's admitting that they view this all as just a big cycle of revenge. They have absolutely no intention of working in good faith or honoring any kind of institutional guardrails. They are just biding their time until they can seize power again and escalate their war on our institutions. That's the quiet part, he said out loud. And thank God for people like Marsha Blackburn who are afraid to stand up and call them out on it. I'm curious to hear what you think, so feel free to leave a comment. A like and a subscribe are always appreciated if you enjoy the vibe. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you later.